In terms of man-made pollution in the ocean, there are two that I would really focus on. One is carbon, and the other is plastic. The amount of man-made carbon that's being put into the ocean every day could fill a coal train that circles the equator 13 times. Every day. Now, in terms of plastic, we use single-use plastics as humans with abandon. That goes right down to the face wash you use in the shower. Those have plastic microbeads in them, and those end up in the ocean as well, to the point where microplastics are now found in samples of ocean water that are basically taken anywhere on the globe. If your plastic use results in plastic entering the watershed, then that plastic would likely eventually find its way to the ocean. That's how the watershed system works. So even if you're in the middle of the United States, for example, if you're washing your face with face wash that has microbeads and that's going into the Mississippi River, well, then it's going to go into the Gulf of Mexico. The plastic that we're putting into the system is being ingested by the organisms on the low end of the food chain, and they're finding their way up the food chain, and it's poisoning animals as large as a whale, and they're finding them beached, and they're finding their stomachs full of plastic. So I'm very proud to be a resident of California, where plastic bags were recently banned. And it's these kind of changes that are going to start to make the difference, start to move the needle for keeping plastic pollution out of the ocean. It will take years, if not decades, to start to see real results from these kind of actions. But we don't have a lot of time. And the next 10 years may be the next important of the next 10,000 in catching ourselves before we go off the edge here and destroying the majority of the living systems in the ocean. So if you have 1 minute, the way you can make a difference in the fight against plastic pollution is to not use single-use plastics. So if you're going to the grocery store, bring a canvas bag, reuse it. If you are going to need a bottle of water that day, bring a reusable bottle of water. If you are going to wash your face with some exfoliating scrub, find one that has natural ingredients as opposed to plastic ingredients. So I'm personally very hopeful. If you look at what humanity has done, even in the last 100 years, it's incredible. The amount of discovery and technology that we've put to service to increase convenience, to increase connection, the explosions that we've had in creativity. It's been a remarkable century. So there's no reason that we can't use this same amazing era of discovery and scientific knowledge and put it to good use to help solve these big problems, such as ocean decline.